think indeed with the increase of chronic disease and the number of patients, which is around 20 to 25% of the general population in Europe, those patients benefit from the classical medicine and they need that, but they need also a complement because they are in charge of their own health and they have to learn how to do it and they have to be motivated to do it and they have to be educated to be empowered with all that. So this is a crucial thing for which they need to be supported and to have this kind of training in the favorable environment. So health results medicine is something which will become more and more mandatory, and balneotherapy results are probably the best results, combining both physical therapy, well-being, and education and the rehabilitation when needed. So this is exactly the perfect fit for improving the public health in that respect. This is a very important question, and this is exactly what is in the mission of our medical commission, which is to promote and to support and to develop scientifically recognized therapeutic and preventive balneotherapy. And for that, we need to have good programs, well designed, but after that, we need for them to be tested, evaluated in a scientific way, using all the methodology that is used in pharmacological studies, for example. Only the double-blind design is not possible, but to have a control group, to have a randomized design, to have blinded evaluation, if the patient knows what kind of treatment he has. All that is possible, and this is mandatory if we want to be evaluated on the same standard of all the modern medicine. And this is the only way to be recognized on the scientific level, which is mandatory to get also the financial support, because in that case you can also evaluate if you are cost effective and convince the stakeholders that it is their own interest to help in that direction. Artificial intelligence is a very interesting tool, but we need the human approach, the human relationship is something important in medicine. And when it comes to chronic disease, the personal relationship is really important, and the motivation is not the same if you are speaking to a robot or a screen compared to a real person. So I think there is a very promising use of artificial intelligence, but this doesn't mean we don't need doctor anymore. We need both. One thing, as president of the medical commission again, what we want is just to develop, as I said, scientifically recognized balneotherapy, but we want to develop it all over Europe. And there is a very big heterogeneity in practices, in recognition, in scientific research. It is possible in some countries, it is too expensive in other countries, and so on. So, first of all, it is a weakness because we are not homogeneous, but on the other hand, we have a wide spectrum of different experiences. So this is also something valuable. And so the first thing we are doing in a young commission is to have a representative of each country and share experiences and look at what is different and what is the same in order to build common project, but also to take ideas from the other ones. Question, because when I was speaking about chronic disease, of course it is a lot of people, but it is more prevalent in the lower income people and in the higher income people. So if you develop a very good tools for treatment of those patients or for prevention of those disease, but only affordable by the wealthy people, you miss the target of public health improvement. So this is why we need proof of efficacy, proof of cost effectiveness, and then partnership with the stakeholders, government, insurances, and all that, in order to make it affordable for the low-income people, and that needs support. But this support is an investment in the health of people, so it is something necessary, but probably a good investment. But of course, we have some specific small areas when it has been demonstrated, but we need much more work to show it is in many fields and not in a very specific good example, good models, but not yet generalizable. I think there are already very nice things: the motivation of the patient, the human quality, and the technical investment, and all that is nice. I think we do need more research, and we do need better communication, especially toward the medical doctors, the medical profession, because one thing that, and especially it would be much better if we could include a minimum of knowledge about balneotherapy inside the curriculum of medical doctors, but because at the moment it is almost nothing or very small, and not enough to make them aware of everything that is possible to develop in that field. So there are communication barriers, and if I had magic sticks, I would destroy that. I think, first of all, I am really happy to be here. I didn't know about Estonia. We learned from the Congress and the discussion with the people that ordered the presentation how close the Estonian people are from the nature and the tradition with the sauna and so on. So there is a kind of harmony between the environment and the body and the soul, which is in your tradition, which is something really remarkable. So I was impressed by that, and so of course this makes your people probably more prepared to be part in the adventure of balneotherapy. I think it is very nice to have this association, because we need, as I said, to share the experience in order to be stronger together and to learn from each other. I think it is also really important because it is a junction between the medical doctors, the medical world, and the entrepreneurial world, the economical and managerial part. And these two worlds look at the same thing, but with different culture. It is not always easy to understand each other, but what I feel is important is that everyone tries to make an effort. So I am really positive and optimistic of what will occur in the next page of the story of ESPA, which indeed is a very good platform for this kind of future.